And welcome back to the Simply Incredible podcast, aka the Just Josh and You podcast. I'm here with my cohorts in crime, T. Rizzle Troy Champney.
What's up?
And some guy we found outside that keeps showing up, D. Wood.
Shlabba ding dong.
What
I'm here.
What's up,
You can't
gentlemen?
say ding dong on a family show.
Dude, that is a delicious chocolatey snack from Hostess. What is wrong with you?
nothing. I'm sorry.
On this edition of the podcast, fellas, we're going to talk about probably one of the, definitely in the top 2 DC movies out right now. Batman versus Superman.
You are so harsh on me.
It's unbelievable.
I'm thinking this is the best DC movie.
30% Rotten Tomatoes,
I
guys.
think it's lower than that now.
Wow.
Is it?
29 last I looked.
Wow.
But
It earned all 29%, let me tell you.
it took and just passed the 500 million mark
Wow.
yesterday.
That I did not realize.
That just goes to show that people will see anything.
Yeah. Wait till X-Men Apocalypse comes out.
Nah, I'm not going to say that that's going to be a great movie by any stretch of the meaning.
Well, here's the thing.
They're still getting my money, though.
The last
I know,
podcast,
right? Sadly, mine too.
we talked about how Rotten Tomatoes had, scored Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was like 97 or 98. I think the second season was 92 or 93.
Yeah.
And I actually like the second season better.
And like I said, I don't pay any attention to those things.
I really don't either.
I just like, if it looks like something I might like, I will watch it.
I'll be honest. There's a lot of cases where they've been right that I'll look at them if I'm looking to make my Friday night decisions.
What percentage of being right for you?
Dude, I would say that for most of it, I mean like 75.
Wow.
Well, that's 25% they were wrong.
Totally. I've seen stuff where, and a lot of times where I think they get it
It's
wrong.
1 in 4 movies.
They get it wrong when they get real highbrow.
Yeah.
In other words, if something was really artsy,
Yeah.
fartsy, all of a sudden it's 99% gold, and
Right.
you watch it and you want to gouge your eyes out.
That's how I feel about the Academy Awards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, if it's something that they really like, it's a good idea. I'm not going to probably like it.
But I'll tell you this: I think that they're also making mistakes when they're trying to think, dude, you didn't meet our standard of artsy fartsy, and you were, down in the dirt. But it was still an entertaining movie.
He said fartsy.
Twice now. But that being said, there's absolutely no way I give this movie a 29. There's no way.
So how do you feel about it? Really good?
Wait.
really bad?
I want to talk about one other thing before we get into this.
Okay, because I'm ready to get.
The Walking Dead.
Oh, you want to do that now?
I really do. Before we get into the Batman v Superman.
All right.
The setup for the season finale.
Yeah. Because when I saw it, you want to start with it?
No, go for it.
Okay. First of all, the episode to me was kind of slow.
Oh,
but
yeah,
the
totally.
ending of it, oh my goodness. I know there are people going absolutely insane right now about how they want to jump off a cliff if Daryl dies. And this time I'm not talking about me, because people will jump off cliffs if I die.
You know it. So I'm guessing it has something to do with zombies.
No.
No.
Wow.
In fact,
I know, right?
Fatality.
It's a show about nothing.
no. The whole thing about this show is that the real danger is not from the zombies; it's
Yeah.
from the other survivors.
I mean,
It's
it started
the
out.
Wild Wild
It
West.
started out. Everything was about zombies, and it's slowly progressing into, if you're alive, that's the ones you have to worry about.
Without a doubt. In fact, if I was going to survive there, I'm telling you, I'd be very hesitant about being part of any community, any team. And you would need a team, or else
Yeah.
you wouldn't make it.
For sure.
You would have to ally yourself with somebody.
And it feels like to me that's almost what Carol is thinking.
Oh, 100%.
She's like this.
She's like,
yeah,
I'm out.
I'm out. I'm like, really? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, if I've got this community about all these people that love me and I care about them, why would I just go, yeah, I'm out of here?
Dude, now, at the very end, it's a cliffhanger. And next week, this Sunday coming up, is going to be the season finale. 90 minutes. It's supposed to be really good.
Oh.
But they leave you wondering at the very end if one of the most beloved... Because everyone knows that Andrew Lincoln is safe.
Yeah.
They're not going to kill Rick. And everybody kind of thinks that the main characters, for the most part, are safe. It's just not true. Tyrese, all the way down the line, these guys are getting killed.
I'm just hoping Coral gets killed at some point.
Carl.
Coral.
He lost about half his face, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is actually true to the comics.
Yeah.
But
And people have lost their mind over that too.
but in the comics,
Yeah.
Daryl was not a huge
He
part of the
wasn't. He was
storyline.
just a tiny little part of it.
Okay.
But
And
Norman Reedus has just,
Yeah.
I mean, brought
Yeah.
so much to the character.
from what movie?
Boondock
Saints.
Saints.
Boondock
Absolutely.
Saints. He's just got a cool about him
Yeah.
because he doesn't do a whole lot. But that understated nothing is really cool. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. And
You
what do
know-
they say? If Daryl dies, we riot.
Yeah, I've heard many people like, if he dies, that's it. I'm quitting.
You know, Lost was like that for me. I was hanging on by a thread there at the end because I was just kind of tuning out to the show, but I was going to finish it just because I'd been so invested in it.
Right.
But I was like, dude, if they kill Hurley, I'm done.
Oh, right. That was your guy.
Yeah.
Hurley, you know, I only watched I think 3.5, maybe 4 seasons. Love that character.
Yeah.
Especially because
awesome.
he explained those magic numbers so well.
All right.
They made sense after Hurley.
And Desmond brother. I was from Desmond brother.
I honestly am so surprised that those characters from Lost, I attribute this to the ending being so bad. None of them have done much.
Most of them have found their way somewhere into Once Upon a Time, another ABC show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's kind of the payoff. Like,
Yeah.
look, we know we screwed you with that ending, and that might have hurt your bankability.
Uh-huh.
Like Hurley, he did a couple little things here and there, and I guess now Sawyer, he's doing
Yeah,
Colony.
I've heard that's really good. I haven't watched it yet.
I watched a little bit of one, and it looked good, but it almost looked a little too much like the Nazi kind of thing. Like turn your undercover Jews in, which is just like, that's who does that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The woman who played Kate, I see her in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's had some
Well,
stuff.
she's Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit anyway.
And I don't know how much truth there was to it, but I heard the guy that played Sawyer, Josh Holloway, I think's his
Yep.
name. He was kind of
Hollow Man.
He was in talks for Gambit there before Channing Tatum got it.
Tell you what, I would have loved him.
He
so
he
much
definitely
better.
has a look.
I would have loved him. He's a good actor. He was one of my favorite parts of that whole show. He was awesome.
Yeah.
And Kate is going to be the Wasp, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so
She's a not ugly woman.
She's not. She's not ugly at all.
easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
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 Hey, now this last scene from The Walking Dead. What do you think?
It seems like to me they shot him in the back of the head.
Who, Daryl?
Yeah. And you see blood splatter everywhere.
Or just like with because there's no way they killed him. That I'm not even questioning. I'm not worried. Like with Glenn, I was a little bit worried. I was like, how are they going to get him out of this? You know. But with Daryl, that blood is from somebody else.
I'm thinking somebody somewhere shot somebody.
Yeah, like a
And-
sniper type
yeah,
of thing, like
yeah.
Rick or even Morgan. Wouldn't that be cool if it was Morgan?
Yes, they did give Morgan a gun.
That would be so wild. You know, it's like, yeah, the one time he shot someone, we all thought he killed
Yeah.
Daryl.
And then you had like, all that group is circling all the guys. What annoys me about this scene is this little aspect of it is they're all going after Carol to try to bring her back.
That didn't even make sense to me, to be honest. I was like, really? Everybody knows it's a bad idea to break ranks.
Yeah, I mean now you got like
And they do.
It seems like to me just about everyone left camp.
Except Maggie, who
Yeah.
needs somebody.
Yeah, the pregnant woman who needs help. Now all she has is the teenage girl that I don't think anybody can depend on.
And can't pronounce her name. Enid?
Yeah,
Who,
Enid.
who named Enid?
Enid.
I'm pretty sure your dad was in Land of the Lost. Enoch? It's like, he had the pylons.
Yes.
You don't know.
Josh is like, I
Josh
don't
doesn't know the Slee Stack pylons, do you?
My dad, no, but my dad's name is Enoch.
And he was quiet, just setting that up right there.
You see, I was wondering why he
It's
kept
biblical.
shaking his head.
It's biblical.
Well, Enoch is one of two people in the Bible who was never recorded to die.
Yeah.
He's taken up.
And now he's in the Walking
So
Dead.
I love your father
That
and
turned
his
into-
name,
it
and I
turned
didn't mean
into-
anything by that.
Oh.
Enoch P. Neezy. I don't know what it says. EPC.
Easy, easy.
So what do you think they're going to do next week?
Dude. The first reveal will be whoever it was. Blood is all over. Mm-hmm. Either that, or it wasn't the back of his head, but maybe out of the back of his shoulder.
My shoulder, yeah.
You know, so that
Because
kind of
you
thing.
saw he was moving, making a move towards the guy.
Right. And that little worm, Dwight, the guy that he's not been able to get the last 4 interactions.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't make it past this season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
He's
stole-
been a good bad guy because he's
He
just
stole
been
the
a
man's
needle.
bike to begin with.
Dude, who does
Don't
that?
steal the man's bike.
And his crossbow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
And
bullies
he,
do.
dude, and he shot that woman in the head right through it with that crossbow.
Did you hear what he said though? It's not who I was aiming at.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It looks like it was a dead eye. No, I can't shoot this daggum thing. It's got a lot of kick.
It's like that's what she just said. They're talking about also. Like, what in the world?
Cannot wait. In fact, that'll, if you don't mind, probably be a big part of that podcast next week. Is the Walking Dead season finale.
That and
You don't watch that though, dude.
Yeah.
No.
and you know what? And it's right now. He's like, I don't care if y'all spoil it or not. I have no interest in
Yeah,
it.
not really.
You don't even care.
Nah.
That and comic
not my
book
thing.
corner next week. Oh, comic book corner. Oh, so much goodness coming out this week, last week.
Oh, I have so much stuff.
I'll tell you what. Batman versus Superman, to get back on track.
Yes.
What did you think of it?
This is one thing
Should
I
we
told,
give letter grades or
yeah,
number grades?
number grades. And it's one thing I said I wanted to like 0 to 10, and you had like your decimal points in there as well. Is I wanted to have one before and then one at the end to see if our arguments change each other's minds about what they actually thought about it.
Okay.
Because I think we're all gonna have really good points about stuff in it that we either liked or disliked that the other person may have had the opposite opinion on.
Okay.
Okay.
See, right now I'm going about 6.5 on it.
That is really low.
Nah, that's exactly where I was.
Oh,
6.5,
I did
yeah.
not anticipate that.
Yep.
I figured you'd be like a 1.0.
Nah.
It's, you know, before he just walks in, it says DC on it, must suck.
No. If it's a good movie, I'll give it a good grade, and if I don't like it, I won't. Companies don't matter.
Yeah.
I don't believe you.
I like. Listen,
You are
X-Men-
anti-DC.
Yeah.
I am not. I like Batman. I don't know as much about DC. I haven't read it as much, but Batman is a staple character for all of comic book.
Yeah. If you're into comics, you've gotta
Yeah.
dig Batman.
But I'll tell you what, I
quote
like
Seinfeld,
this.
You're an anti-dentite.
I'll tell you
You're
what,
an
I like this.
anti-DC-ite.
I like this movie better than the first X-Men trilogy, because I was just so invested in the X-Men.
Yeah.
I did not like those movies so
See,
much.
I didn't because I didn't really have all that much knowledge in it. So I love those movies. Even though, like I say, now the more I've got that Josh has told me about those characters, I don't like it as much.
All right.
But
I'm so forgiving about these things in a lot of ways, and I'm very unforgiving about them in some other ways. But so much of it is like that I know no matter what they come up with, they're not going to be as good as the feelings I've already got
What's
in my
in your
head.
head, yeah.
There's just no way because it's such a you're reading something, so a lot of it you're filling in the blanks and making up your own transitions.
What's your rating?
My rating, I'm going to give it an 8. And to be honest,
Cut his mic off.
dude, if we were doing letter grades, I would oh, turn it back on.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
If we were doing letter grades, I was trying to say I can't say A. They'll
No.
throw tomatoes.
No,
but I'm
absolutely not.
telling
Not regular
you,
ones with their rotten ones at you.
if I
Low
had to-
C, maybe.
really,
Yeah.
oh no, not a low C. In fact, I'd give this a solid B.
No.
Well, here's why. Number one,
Tell us why you're wrong.
the first reason I'm wrong because I don't have my foot upside your head. Because
Kick him in the throat.
Oh, Bruce
kick his ass, beat his ass.
No, bro.
It doesn't roll off the tongue quite that easy.
No, it doesn't. I'm trying to censor myself. Connor's listening. But no, one of the things is I would say that it was to me I had a fun time.
So you're okay with Snyder doing Justice League?
Yeah, in fact I hear people saying he's destroying it, he'll ruin it. I was like, I thought that this was I'm gonna go see it again on Friday.
Oh yeah.
You know how often it's been that I've seen it a couple times in a row? Like Winter
every
Soldier.
week.
Avengers for me probably. Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier I saw twice.
Saw Guardians like back to back.
I didn't see that, and I enjoyed it. But I'll be honest, I had so much fun, and a lot of my comic book buddies that are on Facebook and stuff lambasted it. Man, they were like, "This is horrid."
Well, see, I didn't think it was horrible by any stretch of the imagination. I just thought my biggest thing, I thought it was 4 movies. It wasn't one movie.
Yeah,
it was
plots
4
all over the
movies.
place.
I mean, I felt like
I didn't feel that. I don't know why either, because
I felt
normally,
like first movie was Batman. Like they're setting up the second Batman. I mean, they're setting up a Batman movie. That's what I felt the first part was. Felt the second part was the Man of Steel 2. And then I thought the third part was Batman v Superman. Then I thought the fourth part was
Justice
the
League.
beginning of the Justice League. And I really think, and you know, I might be the only one here that thinks this, but I really think they should have had an end credit And that end credit should have been Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, opened up that file to see the other Justice League characters. That should not have been mixed into that movie.
Yeah.
I really felt that should have been a teaser setting up the next movie.
That would have been
I was
great.
kind of ticked about one part about that because Aquaman was the Captain Phasma of this movie. There's so much merchandise
yeah.
out for Aquaman.
It's everywhere.
He's like just as much as Batman and Superman. You think he's got a grand role in this movie.
Yeah.
And he's a YouTube clip.
I mean, he's got literally the equivalent merchandise of Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
If you go out there, you see Wonder Woman merchandise, you're going to see Aquaman.
I agree. I wanted more, and I think it would have been a good end credit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been a really neat thing. But I didn't feel like that it was all over the place. And I've read that in every bad
Yeah.
review. Everybody says that. To me, I was like, anytime that you're telling a story with an ensemble, you got to spend some time with this person and then spend, some with this and then with this. I didn't feel like it was disjointed or like we're jumping all over. It's like, no, okay, I've seen some Batman. Show me what's up with the Superman. All right, what's up with, their battle.
It just seemed kind of spliced together for me.
Yeah, I've read that a bunch, and I didn't see
To me,
it.
it didn't feel spliced. It felt like they had these 4 movies that they did not give their just due to.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like it was almost like, wait till you see what we really have for this,
Yeah,
this
you need
movie.
more of everybody.
I can see what you're saying, but I looked at it like a buffet. To me, it's like, all right, here's what I want. I want a little Batman. I want a little Superman. I want a little bit of them with the Batman versus Superman, and I want a little bit of the Justice League. What can you do?
Well, the problem is they didn't
That's what this movie
give
is.
service to all of them. Like, the whole thing that they were promoting this movie was the whole, he's a false god, we're going to try him and hold him accountable for all this.
I think that was a pretty steady theme through the movie.
That plot line was just abandoned. They blew up the Capitol building with the senator, and nobody else seemed to care about that plot line anymore for the rest of the movie.
Well, I think the value that they were trying to put on Superman after the fact was there's nobody else who can take this doomsday because you can't kill him. In fact, they said every time they shot nuclear weapons, it energized him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you have no other option. He could kill the whole world, and maybe that's what he's going to do. And all of a sudden, this guy that you've been persecuting and saying, dude, you're a false god, we got to keep him in check, he could kill everybody, sacrifices himself.
Well, all that happened in a matter of moments. Do you think the entire world knows about that happening?
Well, the whole thing about it, if it happened in a matter of moments, then there was no time for anybody to have any kind of a different feel anyway. In other words, maybe they were still thinking false god, he killed the senator, But then, you've got this last moment where he died, and apparently, it was being filmed or reported on because he gets the, military burial.
That was the thing I didn't understand.
Yeah,
right
they
there.
just switched to that, and even when he was going up to get nuked, the one military guy was like, "We can't do that because Superman's up there." I was like, "Since when do you care about Superman?"
Yeah, now that part there, I thought the same thing, but that guy, being from the first Man of Steel movie, I think had spent enough time with him there, even though he was like, well, I'm not going to sign off that he's a good god, but I don't think he's a bad guy. He's not a villain.
Lex's whole motivation he was just obsessed with the whole God complex thing. I was like, where's that coming from? Why are you like...
That's a common theme for Lex in Superman. He goes, even throughout the other CWs, and he's always calling him this god, that wears a cape and won't share power. He's jealous is what it is.
Okay.
He's not scared.
Uh-huh.
He's mad that it's not him.
Okay.
And I can't stand that they chose him for Lex Luthor.
Oh, Jesse Eisenberg.
But I guess he's not really Lex Luthor. He's Lex Luthor Jr., basically.
To me, that's how it came. He looked like
Yeah.
Lex Luthor's son.
He kept talking about his dad all the time.
Yeah.
I thought his dad was Lex Luthor.
Now, and he was Lex Luthor, but to me, I was like, why do you guys gotta I do have a problem with them always making, if it's a Superman movie, Lex Luthor is against him.
Yeah.
That gets so old. It's like, why don't you create a new villain?
Well, even the Justice League, it's always Darkseid, and that's who they're setting up as Darkseid. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's who it's going to be. That's who they always fight.
I think with that being said, if you're going to have the Justice League and they're only going to get one movie, together, if that's a possibility, which it is, I'd want my best foot forward.
There's two. Now, I don't know if it's part one and part two or if it's two different movies.
Well, when I say that, I mean one attempt at making it work cinematically.
Okay.
But like with Superman, he hasn't had one attempt. He's had movies and TV appearances since the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
But movies since the 70s, and every movie since the modern era has been Lex Luthor,
Yep.
infused.
Zod a
At
couple
least
times.
in the
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve world,
Yeah.
there was a Lex Luthor
Yeah,
infused.
yeah. Him and Zod. That's the only two.
Yeah.
Yeah, Smallville, Lois and Clark. It's always, and it gets. I'll tell you who I like is Brainiac.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's a character that is absolutely great, and he can match wits with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
they've done a little bit of that. They did a little bit of that in Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
And another one, Bizarro.
That is a character that I love.
I love that character. And of course it's tongue in cheek.
Mhm.
But if it's done right, I mean, you could do it,
Mhm.
at least as a part of the movie. Maybe not the main
I mean,
point.
Yeah, I would
they-
say just give me a part of that.
Yeah,
don't
because
want
I
too
think
much
it'd be
of that.
too much.
I mean, they tried a little bit with Smallville with it, and
I didn't like how they did
yeah,
it.
that was terrible.
My
I
one
thought-
complaint about the Flash is the only people he ever faces on the TV show are other Flashes.
Other speedsters?
Yeah.
Well,
Captain Cold.
yeah.
And a guy with a cold gun that's
Yeah.
a problem for him for some
The trickster?
Yeah, all he does, he squirts a little ice on
Pied
the ground, and
Piper.
next thing you
reason.
know,
Flash is done.
he falls down.
Well, and again, and I don't want to think that I'm
I don't
defending.
like. I think DC does that a little too much. They always have the opposite of the hero as their bad guy. Bizarro for Superman, all these speedsters for Flash.
But Spider-Man's got Carnage and Venom.
Yeah, I was gonna say
and-
Venom.
But that's not
yeah.
the only people he ever fights.
No, he
He's
has a
got whole
rogues gallery, but it's
yeah.
almost an easy thing. It's like we're better at this than you are.
Mhm.
The Hulk. Look at the Hulk now. Red Hulk,
Oh, there's
Scar.
a million Hulks.
Yeah, they've created
Every
a
color
Hulk.
you can give
Yeah,
him.
dude, right?
It's like Green Lantern with all the different rings.
Yeah, same thing, right? But I will say I had a blast. I don't know how you guys felt about his performance, but hands down, I think Ben Affleck is one of my favorite Batmans ever. In fact, I'd say, yeah, he's my favorite Batman ever.
Wow.
That's a great Bruce Wayne, but all the Batman stuff that we loved was a stunt actor. It wasn't him.
100% though, the way they portrayed him, I think it's the best film time of Batman. Now, I love Batman Begins, and I love the Joker, Heath Ledger's take. I love those. Those are sacred cows for me. But I'm telling you, if you put Ben Affleck in that, I only think it would have been better, not hurt.
Well, let's talk about the red elephant in the room, or just the elephant in the room. I don't guess it has to be red.
He's red. He's red.
But
One of
the one
green
thing that
Red
just
Lanterns.
really, really rubbed me the wrong
By the way,
way.
I thought Affleck was amazing.
Did you?
I mean, I told people, like, I'm eating crow on this one.
I thought he was.
I'm eating
perfect.
a ton of crow.
What did you think? Before we move on, what do you think
Yeah.
about Ben Affleck?
I thought he did a good Bruce Wayne, but I don't know. It just maybe it was the suit or something, but I didn't like the way he looked.
I love the suit.
Dude, to me, I mean,
That's the best suit I think I've ever seen.
They
Almost-
brought that straight out of the Dark Knight
Dark Knight.
Returns.
His eyes and the cowl, they looked like I don't know,
Dude,
like
it
almost
was,
like he was like scared, like doughy-eyed or something.
You
I don't
talking
know.
about in the armor?
Yeah, no, not the armor, the just the regular dark.
Like the
black
cowl, I loved it because it had like the little wrinkles in his nose, like he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like,
I don't know, I didn't dig
angry
it.
eyes.
I didn't
and
get
they-
that from it.
Yeah, I totally
didn't.
did not get that either.
And everything that he
Marvel guy.
did, dude. Like when they said, "Hey, drop you off on the second floor, sir," you know,
Yeah.
That was cool.
that whole thing, that fight in there, the way he moved. After seeing him, do his little workout with like, all right, I'm doing pull-ups.
Now,
with
I will say I
pounds.
thought that was a little cheesy.
I didn't. I thought that was cool. Show me what Batman would work
I
out.
was like, we just brought out the Rocky thing here.
Yeah.
Just put the music in the background for it.
If you've ever
That's my
played,
favorite part of the Rocky films.
you gotta have a montage.
Gotta have a training montage.
But
Training montage. Come on, you like Fantastic Four? There's no montage.
if you've ever played any of the Arkham games, that's kind of the way the fight flowing.
They
works,
actually
and
said
it's
that's
great.
where they took the choreography from.
It was really cool
They
stuff.
purposefully thought that was probably the best portrayal, and that's where they were kind of diving in from.
But the worst thing for me was Batman killing people. That's just a cardinal sin for me. I can't get past that.
Okay, let's talk about that because a lot of people have said that.
I'm so against
Who did
it.
he kill?
I'm so against it that I almost want him to like just start over, just do
Who
this
did he
movie
kill
over
though?
again.
Because I don't remember.
The Bat car, the first one, the Batmobile, he shot people and just straight up blew their cars up, so you know they're dead.
But you know what? If I don't see a body,
No, come on.
They're not-
It blew up. It
No,
blew up.
have you ever seen any like if you see a car
When you
wreck-
said the first car, I was like, you mean that like little Mini Cooper he was driving
Oh,
around in?
nah, that was a cool scene.
I
I
did
like
too.
that.
I was like,
I thought it was really cool, but I did not expect him to kind of stuff himself into like a Mini Cooper type of thing.
And then the Batwing, when he's flying around, he straight up shot people and blew them up.
who'd he shoot with that? Like in the building?
Yeah, he was flying down and like shooting his Gatling gun at people and just straight up blowing them up.
And they died?
For sure. Yeah.
I gotta watch it again.
I know.
And then
I didn't think they died.
the fight at the end, he's hand to hand fighting people, and like one of them has a grenade, and he just straight up blows that dude up. He's gone.
He's using the
I think Batman would have done that.
he's using the
He's
Daredevil
like, you got a
role.
grenade, you gotta go.
The Daredevil role.
And then the dude with the fire gun thing, he killed him.
The fire gun thing.
The
I thought they
flamethrower.
handled that. Man, I tell you what, we are on the different page.
Yeah.
Because I thought he handled that brilliant. If he'd have shot him in the head, I'd have had a problem with it.
He'd be deadier.
I don't know if he died, man. That shit didn't kill him.
Nah, dude, I couldn't get past that. I don't like that at all. Batman
Wordy
doesn't kill.
Dirge, sir.
I'll kill you if you accentuate my moment.
Because if
Yeah, I'm-
Batman's
I'm
okay
gonna-
with killing people,
I'm
and
gonna
why
make
is the
that
Joker
word
still around? Why is
louder.
Bane still around?
Maybe he's not because he had the trophy of like the suit in there. Joke's on you, Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he took it to remind him he should have been dead a long time ago.
Well, I kind of
Was that
I
Joker?
read something.
Yeah.
I mean, on the Robin suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, I was like, okay, that's just another thing we're doing. We're trying to set up the next movie.
Yep.
I don't
And-
mind
and
that.
that- and that
stuff. I
bugged
don't
me.
mind that.
That
You guys
bugged
are
me.
so harsh on these. I don't mind it.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
I
don't know.
interrupted you.
I couldn't get past that. Though. I'm not okay with Batman killing people.
Yeah. I'm totally okay with it.
Even though you still deny anyone died in this
I
movie.
know.
Well, what I'm saying is, if they did die, they shouldn't have been in front of my
went in,
bullets.
his limbs went in 5 different directions, but did we see the head?
Because he could be on a chair.
Wait a minute.
They make
He
rascals.
he could have shot Deadpool, decapitated him, and nobody's coming back together.
I think they all made it.
Honestly, a lot of these scenes, I only saw it the one time. So some of this stuff you're talking about, like killing people, stuff like I don't remember it.
I don't either. And maybe it's because it's a
not-
2.5 hour movie.
It's not me trying to be selective memories. Like parts of like, did I
I
remember
was
seeing
sitting
this
there
part?
watching it with my wife, and I was like, "Well, I guess this Batman kills."
Yeah, man, he kills.
Yeah,
bro.
man, he
kills
killed
it, man.
Come on, Josh. Everyone's doing it. Be cool.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
I mean,
kill.
like I said, I
Kill
I
with
thought,
us. I'm giving him my peer pressure.
I mean,
Come
I
on,
thought
everyone's doing
Affleck
it.
was absolutely phenomenal, and it eats me up to even say that.
Yeah.
But I'm not putting him as the best Batman.
Now, we'll say
For me, he's third.
you're crazy. Who's better?
Christian and Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton is not good.
Where's my mute button for you right now?
I'm telling you,
He was a little too stiff for me.
he was this guy looked like
my
some sort of a
goodness.
chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
Next you go. Oh,
How's he
just,
miss?
I can't even talk.
He didn't do no push-ups to earn them muscles. That's a rubber suit.
He
I don't even know
did
if he
push
can-
up. You saw
Neither-
him. He even hung upside down like a bat.
Neither did Affleck though. That was a body double.
No, did you see him? That dude bulked up for this crazy. They had that all over. He is a big 6'4" dude who took and said,
Yeah, but all those ab shots and stuff, that was a body double.
"Well, it could have been." I mean,
No, it is for real. It's his name
Wait,
is
can you prove this? Because we didn't
Yes.
actually see a body.
his name is Rosania Rhea or something like that.
Rosania.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a guy.
I
yeah.
hope she's pretty.
Yeah, maybe. It is.
Yeah, but no, there's a whole interview about him, like how long he's been training and stuff. And he's like,
But that didn't kill anything for me.
I'm
I
just
don't
gonna say
care about
this.
That
I think that was
didn't
Hugh
do anything
Jackman.
for me.
oh, that's Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman, bad dude. Yeah. He said one of the reasons he wanted to be done with Wolverine, he goes, "I cannot live my life and not eat ice cream."
Yeah.
Right.
Which I get.
But he
It's
said
like,
that in an Australian voice.
Dude,
I can't eat ice cream.
That's right.
He just made an appearance on my podcast, our podcast.
Put some shrimps on the bobby.
Call the Joey's. Let's have a
You
good
from
barbecue.
Austria?
Goodbye, my love.
I didn't hate everything about the movie. I liked a few things.
I'll tell you what I didn't like. I don't like how Man of Steel, Mr. Henry Cavill. I don't think he's a bad Superman. I think he's a really good Superman. They just write him as bleh. That's the only part I thought that wasn't fun.
Well,
Lex was even fun, and I hate
Gosh,
Jesse Eisenberg.
I didn't think it was anything fun about him. It was just annoying.
Yeah.
But Superman. Let me hit Superman first.
All right, hit Superman.
All right.
Good
Hit
luck.
him.
Don't hurt your hand.
It will leave a mark. Kind of like punching Colossus.
I don't think Batman killed anybody, Josh.
Yeah, you're killing me with that.
But in the Senate, the whole place blows up. I don't know why I had a chuckle. You see him just sitting there with a tear running down his face.
Who, Superman?
Yeah.
He's like frustrated, like,
I don't know why that cracked me up.
But you know what?
It should not have cracked me up, but it did.
I didn't even notice the tear.
I didn't either.
You know, but the
Dude,
fact
it was like that old
I think
thing.
that was fire.
You know, the pollution with the Native American.
I'm playing devil's advocate tonight.
Man, you're like a goalie over here trying to block
Seriously.
shots.
I'm trying.
Hardcore DC fans.
No, but seriously, I thought it was. I mean, just that scene. I was like, really? The whole thing just blew up, and he just sitting there with a little tear. On his face.
Well, ain't gonna hurt him, but he knows they killed him, and I couldn't save him.
I mean, my biggest beef with that part is like, if you think this is this evil guy, this God coming down to ruin the world, and all of a sudden the Senate just blows up, you're not going to go, well, it wasn't his fault. It was Lex's fault.
Yeah, and I don't
Well, you know, I was
That
thinking
whole
about this.
plotline just
That was
died
all
right there.
televised, though, right?
Yeah.
If that's televised, I don't think anybody would have thought that it looked like he killed everybody. It looked like
I'm thinking
A
there's a
bomb.
God there, and all of a sudden that place just blew up.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some kind of power that made that happen.
And he
Now,
flies out of it
you
okay.
could think that, right? I mean, I could see that, but then it almost was like you could see that he looked, and then that guy's chair exploded.
Yeah.
And you remember when 9/11 happened? They showed that video a billion different times, as many different ways as they could, and studied every second of it. I think you might have. I don't know.
You know,
But
if he flew around the world a couple times, he could have reversed time and
Could
stopped
have
that.
seen it happen.
I don't believe that's possible.
Seen it happen.
Sheldon said no.
Legitimate question: has he used his like ice breath in either one of these movies, Man of Steel or this one?
I don't think so.
I don't think I've seen him do that yet.
I tell you that it's funny that you mentioned that. Those little things, those little times that they use powers that are just, you know, you have to be a comic nerd to know about it. In the Incredible Hulk, I love that part. Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk, when the helicopter was getting ready to explode, and he runs over and does his Hulk clap,
Yeah.
and it puts it out.
Uh-huh.
Because I mean, it doesn't make sense that he would know he could clap and put out fire, you know, 20 yards away.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're like, no, we're going for it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
That was
Yes,
cool.
that
When
was
he-
awesome,
When
yeah.
he finally speaks and says Hulk smash, I'm like, finally.
Totally. Now, what about the little parts that we did see of the new team? What did you think of Aquaman? How did you think? Okay, I can see what they're going to do. In
The
future
5
movies.
seconds of each character.
Yeah, that's kind
Well, I mean, just go with what you know.
I mean, again, if that had been an end scene, I mean,
Yeah.
like a post credit, I would have been the giddiest guy.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the characters themselves, Cyborg looks good.
Cyborg was cool. I dug Cyborg.
Yeah, I
Um,
did too.
I think Aquaman looks good.
That was
Right.
kind of lame for me. He's just floating there with his Vidal Sassoon hair floating everywhere.
It's called jealousy. Check it at the door.
Oh, okay. okay.
Come on. Just because me and Troy are almost bald.
There's somebody
Dude,
looking
right.
at me. Let me stare at them seductively.
I'm losing a dude.
This guy over here getting product every day. Come on.
Whatever.
And
I did not
Flash.
like that he looked like he was holding his breath though.
I hated Flash.
Okay, Ezra Miller, are you a fan of Grant Gustin's CW Flash?
Yes.
And is
Love
that
character.
why?
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people are.
That's why, and I think this other guy does not look like Barry Allen at all.
I couldn't agree
Yeah.
more with you. I keep
Mhm.
thinking, why did you choose this guy? Now I'm up. Go show me something new.
Mhm.
That's the one thing that if we wanted to make conversation about the What If comics,
Yeah.
the best thing that the What If comics ever did for me is kind of say, hey, suspend what you think you know,
Yep.
and let's show you just something here. But you could argue, no, that's not right. That's not right.
What if Spider-Man had saved Gwen Stacy?
Right. What if
That was a-
Batman
that was a great one.
would have killed? So when
What if Batman vs Superman was a good movie?
dude, it was. And
Suspend it, Troy. Suspend it.
when I look at that, I'm like, show me something
In
new.
a world.
Because if I look at the same thing over and over and over, all I can think of is, I've already seen this. I've already seen it. I don't mind somebody showing me something new. Now, some people are, no, that's what I want. Give me that. And I agree, there are deal breakers for me, too. I'm like, dude, that's not even close. But you know, tone is something that they can stretch.
We all like Tone Loc.
Mm-hmm.
Funky Cole Medina.
There were some cool moments, like when Bruce was down there at that underground fighting thing.
I've got more on the.
Okay, go
Aquaman?
ahead. Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, give me some more Aquaman.
Well,
It was
here-
like a 2-second clip. How much can we talk about this?
Well, here's why I think it should have been a post credit. When Lois was drowning, That was the moment.
Dude, I thought for sure, here he
Why
comes.
is Aquaman not right there?
Uh-huh.
If you're gonna put him in there on that little clip,
that
put
would've been-
him there.
I even thought that. I was like, oh, this is how they're going to bring
Yeah.
Aquaman
And
into
I
the
was,
fight.
I was like, get that spear, save her. Why he could put the spear somewhere while he's trying to save her. Barry Allen, the Flash, come grab that, take it out to Superman or to Batman.
I thought about that, but then think about when the Avengers had their moment. When they came together and they were back to back circled. That was a moment.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like, oh man, this is real on screen. And I think they want that moment, but they don't want it thrown in. I think I might have been almost upset if they would have just put them together real quick for half a second.
Yeah, like why is he here? Just
Then
because
don't you
this
think
fight's
it would have
fun?
been better to have that clip as post credit?
I do think it. I think that's a brilliant idea. In fact, I think that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cyborg thought that was great.
Oh, I thought
Cyborg
that
was
was
cool.
phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Thought that was great. I hate to say it, that the most that I've ever seen was from some of the animated stuff like Flashpoint
Do you
Paradox.
know what was it? Was that his dad that was actually doing the stuff?
Yeah.
You know who that was?
Why?
From Terminator 2?
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say, you know how I always know that guy though? I know him from Speed.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
and
yeah.
that's the first
I
thing I,
had- I
always
had a-
think of when I see
Yeah.
him. You know,
Because when I saw that, I was like, that guy looks like a guy from Terminator.
it was
Except
right?
older.
Cyberdyne. Now, what'd you think about? And I think we all agree this guy don't look like Barry Allen, not
No.
even a little bit.
No.
Barry Allen, you know. In fact, I hate to say it, but I almost think that Stephen Amell, the guy in Arrow, probably looks more like Barry Allen than Grant Gustin. You know, that kind of look.
True.
But he does not look like him. I think he's probably a fantastic and super intense actor,
Yeah.
but he doesn't look like him. But I did like their little clip, like, and knock the guy over, and then just look like he didn't move at all. I thought that was fun.
And like I said, I think it's going to be really good when they get them together. I just hated the way they did it.
Did you think that Aquaman looked like he was holding his breath though,
I didn't
as
really,
opposed to I breathe underwater? It looked
I
like
didn't-
he was going, "Film me."
I
You
didn't-
know,
I didn't honestly didn't even think that.
No?
I didn't pay any. I didn't,
it makes me
I didn't
feel
see that
better
at all.
though. It makes me feel
Yeah,
better
I didn't notice that.
because I think Jason Momoa is
Dude, I am
an awesome choice.
I am so excited to see him in Aquaman. I just think it's gonna be great.
Are you familiar with the guy who's directing the movie, James Wan, for Aquaman?
No.
I'm not familiar with any of his work, but one of the reasons they chose him was because he's into horror films. That's like some of the work that he does, and even his horror films, he kind of puts like a fun kind of tone, almost like remember what we were talking in the Halloween special that we did.
Yeah, you remember that one? Oh wait, he wasn't here.
He
I'll
wasn't
listen
here?
to it.
He listened to it. Where we were talking about Nightmare on Elm Street became kind of a fun
Yeah.
horror movie line.
Campy. Yeah.
Well, what they're talking about is, you know, bringing all of these incredible, horrific creatures from the deep. And I'm like sea monsters and
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
was
One
like,
thing
dude,
I
I am
will say-
so in, like the Kraken.
There's one thing I'm hoping. He does not ride a seahorse.
That's not going to happen.
I mean, you see it. You saw
Are
the.
you're not being serious.
No,
You're
dude,
funny.
you remember in the old cartoons and
Oh, well, heck
stuff.
yeah, I remember. But you don't think
Oh,
that's what
Big
Jason
Bang
Momoa
Theory.
ain't riding no seahorse.
He's gonna be surfing on a dolphin.
Big Bang Theory. He's on there.
What are you doing, talking to
Aquaman
fish?
sucks.
Yeah.
He couldn't even sit down because he was riding the seahorse.
All right, hey, last thing to close this up.
Oh, dude, I got so
I
much.
mean, there's a bunch more.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm trying
thinking
to get out
of
of
too.
here. I'm getting tired. But to me, in the first Avengers movie, the Hulk was the surprise and grand finale. How he just went roughshod. In this one, it was Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because she comes in there looking like the baddest chick in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved when Doomsday hit her, and she grinned
Yeah.
like, "Oh, dude, I've got a worthy opponent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kick your tail."
Uh-huh.
Man, I liked how they had her from like the War of like 1812 or something.
How cool
Yeah.
was that?
I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
then,
dude, I want that picture framed, dude.
Right.
Oh, she's so beautiful too.
yeah, and one thing I did not like about that last scene, I mean, well, first of all, Wonder Woman, the rope,
That was
the
nice.
lasso on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is so awesome.
Yeah, that was sweet.
And then you got Batman cowering over there somewhere, not
I
doing
did
a
not,
thing.
I didn't understand that. I was like, all right, don't
Wait,
do this.
What's he gonna do though?
Well, exactly right, but he should have stood there like presence attack pose.
I mean, it's like,
Still not scared.
it's like, what is he doing?
But
I mean, you got a guy over here that
He was right from the height. He's not super powered.
He's
or armored.
allergic to kryptonite, and he's got to go get the kryptonite sword or spear
Uh-huh.
and bring it back. I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Batman, go over there and grab that.
Yeah.
Throw it over there.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. Yeah, why didn't Batman go get that? But one thing that was really cool about that was I keep hearing all this argument like, Superman would have destroyed Batman if he really wanted to. He just didn't want to. But no, he wouldn't, because Doomsday wanted to kill Batman and he couldn't do it.
Yeah. Now, hey, what about when she took in the blast from Doomsday? She had her bracelets.
Yeah.
When you guys were watching it, did the audience have a response to that?
No, not really.
No, mine didn't really.
My
but-
theater cheered.
Huh?
Oh, dude. I mean, like I had.
Like,
I'm
everybody's
not
like,
loud in
"Yeah!"
theaters. I'm not loud in theaters, but I was kind of like, oh.
Oh,
I was kind of like trying not to yell at that because I thought that was awesome.
People were cheering and clapping during when that happened, and she stepped up. Everybody, I'm telling you, I don't know. Maybe it was just a different energy.
The
but
biggest-
people were amped.
the
Like, yeah,
biggest-
let's go. And I
The
was
biggest
like, oh, this
cheer
is
I got
fun.
in my theater was, to me, at the worst point in the entire movie.
What?
I thought she was with you.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, there were people cheering for that. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, we had like there was a laugh, but it wasn't.
I mean, there were people like, woohoo! I'm like, really, dude?
Yeah.
This is not the.
Back
I mean, because I gave it the benefit of the doubt in the trailer, and I think that line fell flat on its face in the
Yeah,
movie.
it's out
And
of
Josh, I
place.
give you credit for saying that you thought it was gonna be that way too.
Yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
only joke they tried to fit in the movie, and it
Yeah.
just didn't work.
Well, the joke was Lex the whole time, and that was a joke.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you know what? I didn't think that it fell flat.
For me, it did.
I think that I would have saved it for the actual movie. I don't think I would have revealed that. 'Cause
Yeah.
you're right. It's like one of the only moments
Yeah.
of levity.
It was like Bruce knew her. He's had several interactions with her. Superman has no idea who she is. Why would he be like, I thought she was with you? Why would he even say that?
Now, the reason I thought, because I was thinking, I've never seen anybody else like this. Is she like Kryptonian too?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I thought, because back in the day when I read Wonder Woman or anything like that in the Justice League stories, she didn't have those kind of powers.
Uh-huh.
She couldn't fly or jump like that or
Okay.
or throw Doomsday around.
One
Yeah.
question I did have is her rope got kryptonite in it?
I don't think so.
Because she was holding
but I think
Doomsday steel, and
No,
he
but I
wasn't
think it's
moving.
blessed from the gods.
But I
Like
know
Thor's hammer. It's
I
kind
know
of-
if Doomsday was going to talk, he would have had to tell the truth.
Now, if
But
they hadn't wasted their entire special effects budget on him doing his little BAMF thing like 7 times, maybe they could have done some more with the fight.
Honestly, I thought he ended up being better than I expected.
Doomsday.
Really?
The only thing
He
that
wasn't
was
great
funny,
by any stretch, but I thought he was a
I
lot
think
better
they
than I
made
expected.
they made a huge mistake showing him in that trailer. They should have never done that.
I
I
totally agree with
agree.
that. Totally agree with that.
and I thought it was funny they looked like a naked action figure. You know,
What's the matter? What is the deal with you and naked characters? Thing and now this.
because it's a real thing that would have to.
It's a real thing. Because we were just
Are you
talking
trying
about.
to block me?
Yeah, yeah,
Because it's not gonna work.
yeah, yeah,
I'll make up some stuff.
yeah. No, but I mean, it's like when you were watching Fantastic Four, never paid any attention to the man not wearing pants.
No, not really.
Didn't you think that was funny that he's naked and it looks like an action figure? I was like, why don't you guys?
I never thought
Why
twice
wouldn't they have
about that.
had like something? Because in the comic books he wasn't naked. He had like pants on or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, he also didn't really look
The
like this
Thing's not
character.
naked in the comic books. He's got shorts on.
Were you upset that Superman's underwear weren't out on the outside?
I actually thought that was the smartest thing they've ever done.
I was, it's funny. I always thought about that. I was like, why is his underwear on the outside of his?
To this
suit?
day, I wonder who when the first artist drew it, why he did that.
Yeah.
And they said to make it look like a uniform. What uniform has that? The closest thing I think you could even come close to doing that with would be wrestlers.
Yeah.
A wrestler would
a
have like
singlet.
a singlet, but with tights too.
Yeah.
Which I had to wear that like when I wrestled in junior high, and we were all like, "Why are you making us wear these things? This is utterly ridiculous." Anyway,
I'm gonna tell you another highlight I had in this movie.
Yeah.
Was when they were at the party, and Alfred was talking to Bruce. By the way, Alfred, great.
yeah, he was good.
I could have taken more of that. more
Who's your
about
favorite
him.
Alfred out of all of them? Michael Caine, I think,
Yeah,
is the best.
Caine was
He's-
really, really
he's
good.
tough to beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love Jeremy Irons is a great actor, but Michael Caine still.
Well, I think it's one of those things they gave him more. it would have taken him up a notch more.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I was wondering, is he the one that is now making Batman stuff?
Obviously, yeah.
Looks like
I'm like,
it, yeah.
wait, what?
Yeah.
He made the suit, yeah.
Yeah,
But
but,
you know, in the comic books, he was always tinkering with stuff, like, because he was a confidant. Who
Yeah.
else is going to do it, you know?
Yeah.
he's a friend and a
He was
confidant.
the one that would patch him up when he came back hurt.
He'd patch him up, or he'd be like, you'd come in and, you know, he'd be coming downstairs. Yeah, I'm working on the Batmobile. Hold on. You know.
But one of the things I really thought was awesome, he was talking to Bruce through the earpiece, and Superman was eavesdropping on him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I hated that because that's what would happen. I was like, dang gummit, man, you're getting scooped.
Yeah.
You don't even know
And he
it.
didn't
Yeah.
do anything about it.
Yeah, and I
was
just
like,
thought,
what are you gonna do
that
about
was
it?
cool.
He just listened
I
to
thought
him,
that
right?
was cool, too.
It's one of those things that I never thought about. I was like, that makes so much sense.
Dude, I did. In fact, I had so much fun with this movie that I cannot wait to go see it again.
You're killing him. Like when Bruce
And
was
I do when it comes out, I'll buy it and watch it, or if I can find it somewhere, I'll watch it.
All right.
To me, it's like, where else are you going to take and have somebody who invests that much money into 2.5 hours where you're just going to actually be in a superhero world of these guys? To me, that's the cutting edge stuff that they've got right now.
Joss Whedon.
I really just realized this.
Joss is great.
He watched Bizarro Batman v Superman. That's what happened.
Must be.
Bat Zorro versus.
Me
That's
like
all.
me like be versus.
Yeah.
But let's see what else. I know there's some other stuff I really like.
I knew
I'm
I was
trying
going to
think
catch
of.
crap for liking this.
Oh,
but,
dude,
but I honestly thought,
you
I was
too
like,
much grief.
no, man.
I thought I was gonna be the one catching crap for not liking it. I thought you two were just gonna be hardcore. Ooh, it was Batman. It was perfect.
I thought it was fun.
I'm sorry, Josh. I apologize for that. Greatest movie ever.
We gotta talk about the fight. We haven't even talked about them fight yet.
Oh, wait, did they fight?
Oh, Batman and Superman?
Yeah.
Talk, man. Go.
I like that they did it in the reverse order of the comics, because in the Dark Knight Returns, he fights Superman. He doesn't really do much to him. He just kind of annoys him for a while. Then at the end, DC Hawkeye shoots him with that arrow.
Kryptonite, yeah.
hmm Does a little thing, and that's what takes him down. This in the movie they reverse that order. He hits him right out the gate with that stuff.
Yeah.
And
it
it
just
gives
took me a
Batman
second. DC Hawkeye.
DC Hawkeye. I just got that.
Dude, I didn't get that either. You know what? When he said it, I was like, huh? And then I just let it go.
I'm sorry.
You're
I
such a loser.
I couldn't let that flow. I had to jump in on that one.
But I like that he took his powers.
It's like the two Marthas.
Yeah, it did. It took me a while.
But we must discuss this after you go.
Yes,
Not
yes,
bad.
yes.
But I'm slow.
But it was cool they took his powers right out the gate, and it actually let Batman have a fist fight with him. That was cool.
I thought that was neat because they kind of said, hey, you know, if we're on even ground, I win.
Batman had some great one-liners. That was the cool part. He's like, "You're not brave, men are brave."
Thought
Stuff
that was
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
I loved. Do you bleed?
Do you believe?
Yeah.
I thought that. I remember.
I
when
didn't like
first-
his voice in the Batsuit, but I loved those lines.
I
I love
loved
his
his voice.
when he was punching him in the face, and like he was getting his powers back. So on like the third punch, it was just like dink. He was like, "Uh oh."
Dude, as soon as that happened, I was like,
yeah,
oh, that's
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
I didn't like when it was like swinging him around and breaking those columns. Though that was a bit too much.
And who was he? He was swinging soup, right?
Yeah.
I agree. I didn't like that either.
Yeah.
That'd be something that I was kind of like, okay, come on. You gonna bring the house down on you, Samson?
Right.
You know? But, what'd
It's
you
a
think of
good
the
fight.
armored suit?
I thought it was really cool.
I thought that looked
Yeah.
wild.
Mhm.
And I like that they
I
had a-
love that because straight out of the comic.
Straight
book.
out of
Straight
the
out,
comics.
yeah.
I love that.
That's cool. They had to crack the face to show Affleck's face a little bit. He had to get some screen time in. But I like that there was a clear-cut winner of the fight, because I totally expected somebody to just break the fight up and then they move on to the Doomsday thing. But there
Oh,
was a
no.
clear-cut winner.
No, and I did not expect that they would break it up. I was like, they put too much energy into promoting this as a fight.
Uh huh.
You know?
Martha,
Yeah.
Martha.
But you know, you still didn't know if he was gonna let him off
Yeah.
the hook.
I mean, because when he's talking about Martha, I was like, why would he even care?
Yeah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I had to have Lois Lane explain it to me.
Me too. I
But-
can't stand that I didn't catch it.
It was one of those things that
I'm just lying. I knew.
all I know is I'm sitting there in a theater, just almost ashamed of myself.
Me
Laughing.
too. Me too. But I love that line when he gets there and, you know, he's rescuing Martha Kent. And he says, don't worry, I'm a friend of your son's.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was like, dude, they just crossed over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think he looked at him and he goes, dude, you're more like me than I ever would have imagined.
Yep.
I mean, you lost your mom, Martha, you know, if I don't do this.
And when Lex calls to check in on him, he's like, "Is she broken or something?" He's like, "The only thing that's breaking tonight is you."
Dude, that was good,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I loved when he said, I promise you, Martha Kent will not die tonight.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Well, he didn't say about tomorrow morning, but yeah, tonight.
You remember?
Yeah.
You
And he
remember
goes,
the?
I'm saving her.
What about Lois? Did you guys have any problems with? It seemed like she was doing too much.
Yeah, she's getting a bit annoying in that movie.
I'll be honest. I mean, she was pretty good in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see her as Lois. I'm sorry, that's
Yeah.
not my picture of Lois
Yeah.
Lane. And she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
She's a great actress.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. When I see you, I don't see Lois Lane. Oh, we almost forgot to talk about the tragedy to Superman's best friend.
Silence is deafening, ladies and gentlemen. Was it right at the beginning?
Jimmy Olsen
Oh,
getting shot in the
Jimmy.
head.
Wow.
thought he was a
thinking
CIA
about
agent.
Batman.
He was Jimmy Olsen. That's who it was.
yeah.
But he was in there kind of working for the CIA
Ah.
because he's a
Yeah.
brave hero type, you know.
Okay.
Shot him in the head, and they asked Zach, who, that was Jimmy. He goes, yeah, that was Jimmy Olsen. Why'd you do that? Superman's best friend is a huge part of the canon. He goes, we had so much that was going into this. We didn't have room for him in the universe. I figured let's just, boom, remove it.
Okay. I thought that
That seemed odd to me.
that lady that was working in the Daily Planet, I thought she was kind of taking the place of Jimmy Olsen.
Who's this? Who are you talking about?
The dark-haired brunette.
Oh,
lady.
okay, yeah. She was like the only other person who talked in the
Yeah,
Daily Planet.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, people are hating on that moment, just like some of the other moments we've talked about.
Uh-huh.
Here's the thing: new storyline, new director, new trilogy. All of these things get erased; they don't matter anyway. That's why I'm like, go for broke, dude.
Yeah, right.
Because, I mean, all of the stuff with Heath Ledger and Christian Bale and that's done. That's its
here's
own
where I
thing.
have a little problem with that. It seemed like to me they were going Batman's story was coming from that with the burnt down mansion and stuff like that, and it made me think is because when he was going into the burnt down mansion, I was like,
I never caught that, but I can see what you're saying.
and I was like, wait a minute, are they coming back from?
Same thing in the final area where they had like the occupation,
Yeah.
Bane's guys and stuff. That was all like big columns,
Yeah.
where the Scarecrow was kind of holding court.
Yeah, yeah.
Looked like where they were fighting.
Mhm.
Ah.
I'll tell you one thing that bugged me. I was like, that
About
didn't-
time we found something.
yeah, this was.
right.
How can you be in Metropolis and see the bat signal in
Yeah.
Gotham?
Gotham's like 3 blocks down the
It's
road.
across the river.
And
I always
I'm
thought
down
that-
by the river.
Didn't you always think? I always looked at it like this. Metropolis is New York City.
Yeah.
And Gotham is Chicago.
Chicago, yep. Mm-hmm.
Mhm, that far away?
Yep.
Yeah, that's I never looked at them as being like neighbor.
Because
Like,
if they're right across the river, why
they
wouldn't
would've
they help
fought-
each other all
yeah,
the
yeah,
time?
yeah, yeah. Dude, yeah, that I thought that was a little bit.
Yeah.
I never actually really had any
I might
guess.
change my grade to an A.
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
Just Josh,
But-
your podcast is over.
just Josh.
but why would you think? Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking, why would you think Gotham is that? But maybe I don't know.
I always
I mean,
did
not
too.
Gotham, but Metropolis.
Metropolis.
I always thought that was in the Midwest somewhere, and kind of like a Kansas City or something.
Well, you know
Really?
what? That totally does make sense because he's from Smallville. And
Yeah.
I figure he just went to the big city
Yeah.
and got a job.
and I always
Not-
thought Smallville was not that far from Metropolis.
I always thought
So I always
Metropolis-
it was a short drive. It always seemed like to me.
Well, it just depends on
So I was
what's-
thinking like a small town in like Missouri or something, and then driving over to Kansas City. I didn't.
I always thought Metropolis was the biggest city in the DC universe.
That's why
Mm-hmm.
they always said it was its own kind of New York, which is one of the things I love
See,
about
I
Marvel.
always
New York
thought
is New York.
Gotham was New York.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I've always heard everybody talking about New York is like you're back to Gotham. I've heard many people talk about that.
yeah, but
And
I always thought
New
of
York Mets
Superman,
pitcher. They call him the Dark Knight
right?
and that's in New York. There you go, bro, throwing it out there.
But I've heard a lot of people, and this is crazy because I've never thought this, but I've heard people say that Gotham is supposed to be one of two places: New Jersey or Pittsburgh, which would have made more sense because New Jersey, you would have seen
Uh-huh. Yeah.
the light.
Well, Hines Ward was in the last Batman as the guy that ran the touchdown. He played for Pittsburgh, And I think that they actually filmed it at that stadium in Pittsburgh.
I think they filmed a lot of the movie in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Chicago too. Yeah.
Yeah, in Chicago, which I love part of Chicago with all the bridges across the river. Yeah, have you ever been there?
From Chicago to Madison County.
I went to Chicago one time, and it was that's an
totally
awesome
ignored.
place,
The bridges of.
Well played.
Yeah, whatever.
I went, after I said it, I tried to ignore it too.
I said blah 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 blah.
But there was a lot of good Batman moments in this movie. The fight, his planning of the fight. You know, I saw some complaints that it's like, oh, you know, this fight was too quick and it was all in one area, didn't span the whole city. I was like, that's because Batman prepared for it to take place exactly like it happened.
Where on
it
those
was supposed to
docks and
happen.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think they learned from taking down the whole city in the previous movie.
Yeah.
Which I still hate that they do, you know, those things. Because the city gets smashed in both of these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, that's what killed me. Is like he's supposed to learn this lesson of
But
not
the
doing
Avengers
that.
destroyed the city too.
Oh, you're gonna.
Yeah,
You're gonna.
and he's supposed to learn this lesson, and like the very first thing he does to Superman, to Batman, is fly him right through a building. Like, really, dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, don't do that.
Yep.
It was abandoned.
The other thing I wanted to talk about was, what do you think about all those dream sequences?
Yeah,
I didn't like 'em.
That really threw me off because I mean, I remember you said you thought with all the guys, the Superman soldiers kneeling to him.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a dream sequence. I remember you saying that. I was like, why would they have a dream sequence? But it did have that haze to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as the pop vinyls, that's where we get our Nightmare Batman from.
Yeah, but it's like, if this stuff's really gonna happen, does that mean Batman has some kind of precognition, or?
From what I've heard, what it is, they're setting up Darkseid.
Well, yeah, they're doing that.
I mean, with the dream specifically. That's one of the things that is it Darkseid or Darkseid?
Dark Side.
That's one of the
I used to
things-
always do that too.
because the way they spell it.
Yeah.
DC can't even spell. Yeah,
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
can't even spell.
PID.
damn it. But one
Put
of
a
the things
dash
he
in
does is
Spider-Man.
infiltrate your
Spider-Man's
dreams.
word.
You know, that's kind of one of his things.
Oh, that's like a power.
Yeah,
so he's,
that's like
okay.
one of his attack methods.
What, he can make you dream?
No, that he takes and gets in your, you know, literally mentally into your head
Okay.
and starts, you know, working on you.
Yeah.
So, like the one with the Flash, do you think that was real, or was that a dream? Because he woke up from it.
Honestly, I think it was probably a plant, but it could have been literally Barry trying to say, hey, I'm already in the dark side, you know, time. It's happening. I've got to run back to Bruce. You know, it doesn't make sense to Bruce. He's like, what? But now he's going to start, okay, I gotta find this path. It did. I tell you what, I can't wait to see what they're going to do with it.
That very first dream that he had when he was at his house, did that look kind of like Man Bat, the big bat that did the
Yeah,
jump
you know,
scare?
I was thinking about that too.
You know what? I just remember being scared out of my wits. I remember Connor too. Connor, my son, lost it. He's like, huh! You know, but so did I. I mean, we giggled, you know, about it for the next 2 minutes. We missed the rest of the
Yeah,
movie.
you shook it off. Well, that's why he liked the movie. Again,
Yeah.
he shook off the rest of the movie.
I loved Batman in the corner when those cops were finding the first guy that got branded. That was so cool.
That
'cause
was
would've
awesome.
Freaked you. That would have freaked me out. It's
kinda
like, oh my
crawled
god,
across
he's
the
there. How
ceiling.
come I didn't see you? And then all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah, and he's like shooting everywhere. The
Dude,
guy
that was
like,
awesome.
Dude, you almost shot me in the face.
Now I tell you what, kind of, I was like, oh dude, this might suck. When they had Bruce rising out of the bats as a kid.
Yeah.
Out
Yeah,
of
because
that.
I didn't realize it was a dream. Right
I didn't
then.
either.
I was
I
like,
was
what
like,
are they doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
David Blaine as Batman.
I kept thinking, I was like, if they say that he's got powers like that,
He can fly.
dude, that's a real, like,
Yeah.
what?
That was a cool bat cave when he fell and you saw a million bats down there. I was like, that's a cool shot.
And that would be enough to freak you out enough to make an
Yeah,
impression.
yeah.
It's like, because why, you know, why are you afraid of bats?
That's one thing with Gotham. They haven't had that moment yet, and he's like 14 or 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his parents are long since dead, and he hasn't had the bat moment yet.
Are you still digging that show?
Not as much, but I'm still watching it.
Yeah, you see that, I don't know. Same thing with Supergirl. I gave it 3 episodes. I didn't really dig on it that much. But last night, you know, I kind of caught a few little scenes that looked really interesting to me. Would you say watch it or don't? Supergirl.
Just that episode?
No, the whole show.
I enjoy it myself, but that's just
You're
me.
not watching it?
He's
I've
not
watched
watching
I watched 2. I enjoyed the crossover, but the other one I watched, I didn't like it.
it. I mean, like I say, there's some characters in it that you look at and go, that's just horrible.
Yeah. Well, it's like this. I like Star Trek. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Star Trek is. I'm not a Trekkie, But I can't in any way, shape, or form watch the offshoots like Babylon.
Oh yeah, Voyager,
Deep
and,
Space,
yeah.
even
Super
Next
sci-fi
Generation.
stuff, yeah.
I like some of the Next Generation, but that's about it.
It's just that they've got their own world where everybody is really special to the fans there, like Data. It's like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Data was cool.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I mean, but like, hey, I'm NCIS. I love Ziva. You know, she's not there, and I was like, you ruined the show. I'm out. So, no, all right. Did your grade change after I've influenced you properly?
I think I might have gone down a little bit.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the
Yeah.
sad part. I mean, honestly, man.
You didn't have fun.
I-
You didn't have fun. Like when you got out, you did not have a good time. Like, I wish
No,
I
when I
hadn't
got
seen
out,
that.
I was still thinking about various things that I was like, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that?
Yeah, I didn't have a strong opinion.
And
either
why
way.
did they? I mean, again, for me, the biggest thing was they tried to pack too much into that movie.
I agree.
That for me is the biggest. I mean, I really think they could have had a Man of Steel 2 before this movie. I really think they could.
Yeah. I thought that Superman was probably the most underutilized part of the puzzle. This was basically a Batman movie.
Yeah.
And had Superman in it. And, then Wonder Woman had a little piece. But like I said, to me, I want to suspend, I want some escapism. Suspend reality. Have some fun. See these characters in any way, shape, or form, as long as they're done professionally.
Pay $12 for popcorn.
Yeah, dude, I love it. I love it. And I've seen even jujitsu instructors online that I really respect, just killing it, saying this movie sucked.
I
What
didn't
did
think
you do
it.
to my heroes? And I was like, I didn't know you were into comics, Mr. Dowder.
I didn't think it was sucked at all. I just think that they just tried too much, and I think that was really the biggest thing. And Lex, I thought Lex was absolutely brutally bad.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of plot holes and all over the place plot. I like to see a different director get their hands on it.
Really? You see, I'm on for this. I want to see Zack Snyder do your thing because I love his movies.
Well, I mean, like I said,
But if you hate his movies, if it's all studio stuff and you're like, I hate that, I can get you're not going to like his take on it.
like I said, they to me could easily have made two great movies out of this one movie.
Yeah, they could have.
Easily.
It's 2.5 hours. And, I mean, they got a lot of material.
Yeah. I mean, they had 2.5 hours and they still had so much stuff that they could have done to it.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me run through the grades then. Daryl A, Josh A, Troy A. This is a winner. You need to watch this movie.
False.
Wow. Brainiac over there is not working.
I tried to hijack your scores.
You want something good for DC? Watch The Flash.
Love The Flash. Can't wait to see what they're doing with Justice League. Not watching Gotham.
So, what was y'all's grade after this this discussion?
Oh, did you? No, B still. I could even go
I thought
A
you
minus.
had like an A with like 4 pluses behind it.
Sounded like it.
No. But the thing is, I think I come across so strong because I know that people are not enjoying it, and I don't get that because I had a blast. I was like, dude, that was a fun movie.
So I didn't have a strong emotional opinion either way. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I just kind of came out like it was kind of one of those movies like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. You remember that one?
Now that I can totally say I had the vibe you're talking about. I don't have an opinion strong one way or the other.
I'm waiting to be impressed.
Between a rock and a hard case.
Yeah, it was just kind of like one of those.
No, the same thing. And I could watch that movie. I think I bought that on DVD and put it in every now and then.
Now, so far we've had 2 movies for this year, comic book movies. Where do you rank them? Just the 2?
Oh, dude.
Daredevil far and away.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Deadpool.
No,
That's what I meant, sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, double jinx.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, Deadpool.
But
far
by
and
the way, I might have actually put Daredevil ahead of Batman.
Oh,
no,
baby.
might have easily.
Okay, rank
Team
the
Marvel.
Easily.
Woo.
Rank the 3.
If I rank the 3, wow. Deadpool, Daredevil. Wow, that's a tough battle for me.
Yeah, it is me too. In fact, dude, I could put all of those
I would-
literally at number 1. I love
I would
all of
put-
them.
I would put Daredevil second to Deadpool. Just a very. I mean, I watched Deadpool again today. That's how much I've probably watched that thing about 10 times.
What, Daredevil?
Daredevil.
The whole
I mean,
season?
Deadpool. Excuse me,
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
Yeah,
Deadpool. I don't know why I always blend those two names. I
I
don't
do
know
the
why.
same
I
thing.
butcher it all the time.
Now, this is going to
But
sound like
Deadpool, I thought was so good from beginning to end. Loved it.
it's gonna sound like I didn't like Deadpool. I loved it. I mean, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to rank them, I'm gonna go Daredevil, and then I could switch. Today I'll say Deadpool and then Batman versus Superman, but then tomorrow I'd switch it and be just as happy. Like, no, Batman and then Deadpool. And I loved. I haven't not liked any of the things that I've seen so far.
And I'm gonna say this: DC guy that I am, it's tough for me to put the DC movie third, but to me, it's easily third out of what we've had so far.
I'm very surprised by that.
Well,
What
that
would your
it hurts
rankings
me to
be?
say that.
1, 2, 3.
Deadpool, Daredevil, Batman.
Wow. Do we agree on something?
I believe we do.
Oh my goodness.
Hallelujah.
Oh my goodness.
No, bro.
Wow. There's a shocker.
Just joshing.
So what else on this?
Oh, dude, I've got like 25 points that I didn't like on this thing. So if you want to wrap it up, we might as well.
Yeah.
He's like, I did like the score of the movie.
No, it did have a good score. That was good stuff.
They scored a lot of touchdowns.
They did.
Giggity.
Well, that was the last movie before everything exploded.
Hey, hit your points just real quick. Like, just say a
All right,
couple
I'll
things.
just-
Shotgun.
I'll fly through them. Why did Superman care about Batman? Why was he investigating him so much? Why did he want to do a news article on Batman so bad?
It's a legitimate point.
Yeah, it is.
With the D.
Not really, though.
No.
Let's see. We've talked about a bunch of them. How are they going to explain Clark Kent coming back?
He's a god, remember?
Because he's missing, not dead.
Now he's dead. He was in the obituaries.
He died.
Well, he was in. I'm trying to figure this out.
They better not do a 4 different Supermen coming back like they did.
How
Cyborg.
did they not know that this is the same person? They both magically died at the exact same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And every time, what's his name? Oh gosh, Lawrence Fishburne. His character was
Perry White.
Yes. How did he not go?
Perry not White.
Wait a minute. That's just not right. How did
He knows he's not white.
How did he not know that? Wait a minute. Superman's out there and Clark just magically vanishes.
Every time.
I don't know. That kind of stuff, because in a real deal, literally, don't you give me your sideways.
I mean,
Troy, you put some glasses on. I'm going to still say there's Troy
Oh,
Channing.
no. Now that, I 100% agree. There's no way you don't see that.
Mm-hmm.
But to say he's never there at the same time, in a crisis, the only thing you're doing is running for an exit.
in a crisis situation.
Yeah, it's good for the chopper.
Why was Bruce's parents' land and mausoleum like all grown up in ruins? Why wasn't he taking care of it? Dude's a billionaire.
I never even thought about this.
I actually thought about that. It's like, that's like the old barn that we always have, like, you know, on every farm. It's like, oh, it's the old barn. I'll go there. Fall on you.
Superman's little like dream thing up there with Kevin Costner. What was all that about? Did you
Yeah,
imagine that?
Honestly, yeah, I thought about that too. I was like, are you just talking to yourself and you're cool with that?
Yeah. Yeah.
His dad told a story he had never heard before, but it was really in his own mind.
Yeah. Subconscious is a
Dark
powerful
side.
thing.
Lex made no sense. What drove him? We talked about
You know what?
that.
I gotta say this. He played himself like it actually was an extension of the Social Network.
How did he know who Superman was? How did he figure out he was Clark Kent?
Who?
Lex.
Lex?
They never really said, I don't think. He just started
I can't
kidnapping his
remember, but
family
I
and
thought they
stuff.
kind of did resolve it.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. I can't remember either.
Yeah, we'll go Troy and watch it again. Not.
Superman's clothes survived a nuclear explosion, so that's some really good Under Armour right there.
Let me tell you what, man.
Hey, Krypton.
Kryptonian.
Kryptonian
Come
Under
on.
Armour. I love it.
Yeah.
They threw every major Superman plot into one movie. Dark Knight Returns, Doomsday, the death of Superman, Funeral for a Friend, all of it. Why did no one think to try to put Superman in the sunlight? They know that's where his power comes from.
I don't think
Why'd they
know
bury
that.
him?
I don't think they know that yet. In
Lois
fact,
doesn't even know that. He never told Lois.
I
in
don't
their
think so.
entire thing?
I didn't-
No. That's a new relationship. They haven't gotten that.
He got in a tub with his clothes on with her. That's serious.
Yeah.
But still,
that is because now you got your clothes wet.
That's the honeymoon phase.
What was
Yeah.
the point of Lex killing the senator? Because at that point, Lex had already had the kryptonite, so she wasn't really blocking him from getting the kryptonite. So why'd he kill her?
Number one, because he's crazy, and number two, I think he wanted to get Superman to blame. I think he is saying, "I'm going to make you to where everybody hates you. They're going to believe this story that you did this."
I believed it.
They gave too much away with Doomsday. We already knew it was going to be Zod that was turned into Doomsday, and the whole explosion thing that he did 7 times.
I
That
love
got a
how they
little
say
Someone told me that it was Lois Lane that was turned into Doomsday. I don't think that was true.
Could have
I don't
been.
either.
Could have been.
How'd you like when he like kind of mutated further during the fight? The bone spikes started coming.
I mean,
out?
do people know that when he gets in a fight, he starts kind of getting more power?
He's like the Hulk.
Yeah, and like I said, the bone spikes come out. It means he's getting bigger and stronger.
That's one thing I liked was they kind of figured that out after they nuked him, and they were kind of giving up. They're like, "There's nothing we can do against this guy."
We're
Superman was, as far as they knew, Superman was dead. Here comes Batman. What's Batman gonna do? But he doesn't care. He's like, "I'm gonna fight this thing. I'm gonna take it back to the city. I'm gonna kill this thing."
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Why are you
that was
bringing him
pretty
this way?
That's what a hero would do. I gotta get him to follow me.
Yeah, I got to get him to follow me and fight someone who is not me.
When Bruce was walking around Lex's house and he was going downstairs and Superman was trailing him, I was like, "You're Batman. You don't know some dude's 5 feet behind you."
You know, not only that, there's no way that he goes in there, acts like no one's seeing him.
Yeah.
Like the ultimate ninja.
Sir,
giant
you can't
glasses
come in
right
here.
there.
His ultimate ninja move was to take and look left and then right, and then plug it in.
The smoke bomb when they were doing their fight on the rooftop, he throws a smoke bomb and that confuses Superman. It's like,
It was lead.
was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that was lead, so he couldn't see through it. That's why
That's what I was wondering. I was like, how does he not see through it? He's got X-ray vision.
Where was this?
it was like. Was it on the roof?
Yeah, it was on the roof,
Yeah.
right at the very beginning of the
Yeah,
fight.
and
He threw like a
there's this
smoke
big
bomb down,
smoke bomb.
and then Batman gets
How you know
behind
it's
him,
lead? Did you read something about that?
I was there. It smelled like lead.
and then
What else would it be?
Superman fell for the same bullet trick twice. I was like, really? You learned nothing?
You know what? I thought that.
Once
too. I
on
was
me?
like, I got another bullet. You really think it's gonna work?
Let me
again?
catch this one. Might be something different.
And look at it. That's why I gave it.
All of a sudden, Troy's like, well, it might not have been a 9.
Oh, no.
It might have been like an
We're
8.
going down.
I honestly, my grade has nothing to do with whether the story was coherent.
He's like, I don't care how bad this movie was.
No, I honestly.
You
the
are being the Daryl I expected tonight.
No, I'm telling you,
I love it. I don't care. I don't
The-
care. You guys are wrong.
the
Batman can kill. I
coherency
still like
doesn't
him.
matter to me. Did I have fun? Was it a fun movie? Did I like seeing Batman in action?
I don't know. That can only go so far.
Not with me, dude. That's why I go.
There was a lot of good moments I liked though. All the ones. we
Because
talked
honestly, if that stuff mattered to me more, I wouldn't even go to the movies. I'd be like, dude, no, they're gonna screw it up because
Oh,
they're
we
gonna
would.
change everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah. What if?
Did you like the little Bruce giving the guy the fighting tip, and then he beat the other dude and he gave him a little
dude.
nod like, yeah.
I thought that was awesome.
That
It's
was sweet.
How cool! would
I
that
don't
be to
remember that part.
have? The street fight,
Yeah, I just don't remember.
the MMA underground thing.
Yeah.
When he got the Russians' phone data, when he was
Oh,
doing tracking the
yeah.
Russians.
Man, you're old.
Yeah.
You can't even remember the movie.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to remember the good parts.
That was pretty cool. I did like the beginning.
Harsh.
We talked about it
I
a
don't
little
care.
bit.
I love haters. Bring it. Bring it.
Bring it.
We have for the last hour.
Yeah.
The-
I'm Teflon, dude. Bring it.
like
All
the
right,
alternate.
Gotti.
I like the alternate view of the fight. You know, the
Teflon Don.
Zod fight when Bruce was driving through the city. I thought that was really sweet.
I think they interviewed Michael Shannon, Zod, and they said, "All right, in your opinion, Doomsday, who wins, Batman versus Superman?" He goes, "I utterly couldn't care less." He goes, "I'm Doomsday. I beat everybody."
Oh, here's my question.
What a great answer, right?
Who would win, Batman or Wonder Woman?
I'll tell you what, Wonder Woman's for real.
Because when I was watching, I was like, she would kick the living just crap out of
Yeah,
him.
she's faster.
She's
got
literally
fighting abilities
fighting
of
the
her
Hulk.
own.
I mean, I'm just
and
watching
winning.
it. I'm like, that is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, she kind of stole that movie.
Without a doubt, dude. Without a doubt.
I mean, I expected her just to be in there for like a minute or two.
She stole the end of the movie without a doubt.
Yeah, for
Not the
sure.
whole movie, but the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, which movie? She didn't steal the Batman movie, the Superman movie, or the Batman v Superman movie.
She sold the Doomsday movie.
She stole the Doomsday movie. Yeah.
Death of Superman.
Yeah.
She was really
Your
big in
words
that
are
one.
whack.
Wiggity wiggity.
Wiggity whack.
I was kind of hoping when Batman was lowering Superman down to Lois that his cape would kind of rip and do that comic shot where his cape is like on
Oh, that
pole.
would've been kinda
That would
neat.
have been sweet.
Yeah, that's one thing I was really hoping to see too. Is that shot with like the stuff ripped on there and stuff,
would've
blood
been neat.
going places. No blood.
Superman doesn't bleed.
Well,
His blood is green.
I hate
He
to
ain't
say,
got time to bleed.
the one thing that I will say that I did not like.
It just went down to a 5.
Dramatic pause.
Oh no, it's B plus still. This is why it's not an A. Is because number one, it's not an A movie, but like I said, it's so much fun.
I guess if you're a hardcore DC fan, you probably like it more than most people.
I'm a hardcore DC fan.
Well, I'll be honest.
I've chopped
I'm
it
a
up pretty
hardcore
good.
comic fan. I don't that whole Marvel DC thing. I don't even get that. It's like I want both worlds. In fact, if Image had something put together good, I'd be into that too.
Huck is awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'm in. You know, it's like which one? I gotta have a side. No, I don't have to have a side. I'm a
I don't
comic
pick a
book fan.
side. I'm just when I grew up reading comics, I mostly had access to Marvel.
He doesn't
I think
pick
a
it.
lot of people. That's
So,
why they have a
yeah,
side if they
yeah.
do.
Josh doesn't pick a side. It's Marvel and nothing else. So there's really no
Nah,
side to pick.
That's not true. That's not true. Like I love the IDW Turtles. There's other ones.
Well, that's the whole thing.
You just went third party on
Third
us.
party.
Man.
Well, there is some things
Not
like
Marvel,
about DC,
DC.
I don't like, and there's some things about Marvel that I don't like. Like the whole infinite universes that DC does.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that, and I don't like that they'll have characters that'll be in one story and you'll never, ever, ever see them again, and they're like Saturn Boy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like who named somebody?
What a great character that I've never heard of.
That's for real too.
Oh, Marvel's got those too. They have some astronaut dog.
Like yeah, you know they do, but it's just, to me, it just never was on the same level.
Yeah.
But when DC was good, it was near perfection.
And I quote, when DC was good.
Currently.
Currently.
Even though they are rebooting everything again in the comics, which I still am not a fan of.
I'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, but
Marvel's
yeah, it's like
rebooting,
Marvel just
Are they
did that.
rebooting? Rebooting?
They're rebooting.
They're
Rebound.
moving on up.
Well, we'll talk about that next week because there's some stuff that I've been hearing lately that kind of intrigues me.
Oh, snap.
Dude.
Yeah,
You know what I
and I just leave y'all pondering that.
Did you muwaha? I'll tell you what I used to get all the time. You ever get Marvel previews or just previews, the big catalog? That's one of the most fun things in the world to pick through, isn't it? You ever see that?
Well, they're now doing it like each company's putting one out every
which-
year.
I'm telling you, it's like Christmas though. For a while there, you'd get this like phone book, New York phone book thick thing every month. It's like, how can they print this and make money?
In that movie, the Batman movie, remember that scene in the trailer where he comes like right after he jumps off the Batwing, he like crashes through the window. Was that even in the movie? I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was. In fact, I kept waiting for it. I was like, where is this coming in? It was when he was going to save Martha.
Yeah, like I knew it was at that warehouse, but he went from jumping off the Batwing to popping up through the floor. I don't remember him going through the window.
Yeah, he did it. They made it to where the Batwing was like a diving board, like it
Yeah.
sprung back. And I remember seeing that because I kept waiting. I was like, don't have that in the preview and not have it in the movie. It was in the movie.
You know, I hate it when they do that. They put stuff in a trailer and don't put it in the movie. So,
Yep.
Fantastic Four?
Okay, well that doesn't count because the whole movie was horrible.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, almost as good as Batman v Superman.
It was a solid D minus.
You really give it a
Hey!
D minus?
No. It was a C.
Oh,
No, I don't-
Marvel boy over here.
I'm not that harsh. It was a C.
A solid C or a C minus?
I'll give it a regular C.
Okay, dude, that's not bad. I could live with a regular C. for
C
something.
minus, dude.
You give it a C minus?
Well, I'm just saying this: when they make the other 3 movies that this movie was, it's gonna go up.
There you go.
Wow.
Snyder
give it
just
a B.
wanted to throw it all out there to get us. He's trying to catch up to Avengers.
Oh, dude, he's got a full.
And I think that
Got like
I think that
10
was the
years.
biggest thing. They tried to bring all this together so fast to catch up to the Avengers that that's why I think it was kind of scattered a little
He
bit.
could have picked a better introduction to all the other guys than Lex has files on all of them. Let's check out the clips.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, I'm gonna be there for the Flash, for Wonder Woman, for Aquaman, Cyborg is supposed to get his own movie.
Yeah.
You know, all of those things, man. I'm like, I'm in for all of
Now
them.
I read this that the way that she looked at those files is the order that the movies are going to be coming out,
Oh, okay.
and I
That
don't
makes
remember
sense.
how she looked at them in the order.
I thought
Aquaman, then Flash, then Cyborg.
Okay, because I thought it was bad. I thought it was Flash first.
No.
You're sure?
Pretty sure.
Because I knew Aquaman was coming out.
Yeah, I mean I knew Aquaman was coming out soon.
My son loves
I
Teen
cannot
Titans.
wait for that.
My son loves Teen Titans Go, and his favorite character is Cyborg. So when I saw Cyborg, I was kind of giddy for my son. I was like,
Man,
"Ah,
someone
Cyborg."
should find a really cool pop vinyl for your son.
Yeah, somebody should do that.
I'm just saying.
Don't look at me. I don't know where them things are.
D found one. It was kind of damaged. It was alright though.
What? Wait. I found one of those for your son. I did, didn't
Yeah,
I?
it was damaged. It was alright.
That's why my shoulder hurts. I've been patting myself on the back for 2 weeks.
He loved that thing. He loves Cyborg.
Does he? It's not like on the shelf. He has to look at it. He gets to play with it, right?
No, I'll let him play with his toys. I'm not like that.
Gosh, what kind of a father are you?
What kind of collector are you?
Yeah, take him out of the box.
He hasn't opened Cyborg yet, though.
He's gonna be so mad when he's in college. This could have put me through my last year, you
Gosh.
idiot.
I told my great nephew when we go to shows and stuff, I was like, "Now you gonna keep that closed, right?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Aren't you glad you played with your stuff when you were little?" I was like, "Nope."
No.
Hey, I remember when Connor was a little boy. He came down into the basement, and I had some of these Marvel Masterpiece. Like, they look like sculptures, but
Yeah.
they're toys.
Yeah.
And I had them in boxes and stuff up there, and he looked at it, and he goes, I had one. It was Spider-Man tied up by ropes, and the Green Goblin was on the glider and looking at him like, ha
Yeah.
ha. And he just kept looking at it, and Dad, I want to play with that. Let me play with that. And I could tell it's just breaking his heart every time he come down. And I gave in. I opened it up.
Oh my goodness!
I had to. I was
I
like,
would
this is,
too.
This
I
is my
would too.
sunshine.
Yeah.
right?
I
This is my
seriously
guy.
wouldn't.
Have you seen the Lego movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
His
by-
dad was Lord Business, not letting him play with any of the toys in the basement. That broke my heart, man. I was like,
Did
come on.
did y'all
It's
have
like,
that?
what kind of dad
Did y'all
are you?
have the new trailer, Batman Lego movie trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That got a huge pop from the crowd.
Same thing with me.
I mean, it's not
People
the
were
trailer.
cheering it, yeah.
The
Applauding it.
No, him sitting there with the coffee, just sitting there,
There's something about that.
and people
take
were
that is just
flipping
fun,
out of it.
though.
I'm like, it was making me giggle, but nowhere near what the people were doing around me.
Oh, I had
I
people
was
like that too.
I was like, this is really
They were
cool.
dying.
It's not that cool, but it's cool. Of course, I love those Lego games.
All right, hey, next week, what if? Comic Corner?
Book
Comic Corner. We got
I'm
a lot
all
to talk
excited
about.
about that. We've been waiting quite some time.
Walking Dead season finale.
Mm-hmm.
What else? You got anything else?
I think those are the big ones. We can just catch up on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to take it in the comment section, just put me on blast for how
Yeah.
much I love this movie.
Yeah.
Tell Troy why he's wrong.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, there
I'm the
was
Teflon Don.
there was spoilers in this podcast. Just
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah,
We
if you
do
don't
not-
want
we
spoilers,
do
don't
not-
listen to the last
Yeah,
hour.
yeah.
We do not mean to have spoilers in this.
We got the warning out. That's all that matters.
Let me just say one thing about this. Spoilers. How do you do a non-spoiler podcast? How do you do that? I mean, to me,
Reactions,
it's a
maybe.
little like this. It was maybe or maybe not good.
Yeah.
No, I could say you'd have reactions, but I wouldn't want to listen to somebody. I don't care about
Yeah.
your reaction.
I mean, 'cause I see
Give me a
so many
reason.
people that have non-spoiler stuff. Like, why? It doesn't make sense. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Next week, comics. This week we had 2 podcasts coming out, so we got that going for us. Anything else, fellas?
No, that's it.
Rock and roll.
And have an incredible week.